You're watching an LT with the Transformer TF300TG review here from Munich. My name is Balazs Gal and this is Devil TV. So we have one of the best tablets here in terms of docking station, battery time, plug-in compatibility, so you can use USB sticks, SD cards, micro SDs, micro HDMI. As I said, it has a great battery life, it's slim, it's light, and it doesn't cost too much, but 550 bucks right now here in Europe in euros. This is a great device. And once we have Windows 8, maybe even that will be ported on here, because this is a Tegra 3, and actually Windows said Tegra 3 will be supported. So let's check out the device itself. As you can see here on the side, we have a volume rocker, micro HDMI, micro SD card reader with an SD card actually inside right now. It doesn't take 64 gigs of micro SD, I tried that. But only up to 32 gigs, so you cannot use a 64 from your Samsung Galaxy S3, for example. Taking out the SIM card is quite simple. You only need this little thing here, which is inside the box, and then you can of course just place it in here. I have a SIM card actually right now inside. Slide this out, and then you will see the SIM card is inside right now like this. So you need a standard size SIM card, and you will have your your connectors right here on the bottom. Just slide it back in. You can even do it while the device is on, and then you will go right away online in a few seconds. So it's plug and play. You have on the docking station here the little cable adapter actually, which is your USB connector to the computer, for example, because there's of course internally 32 gigs also that you can fill up, and also this is for plugging in and charging the device here on the side, which is a great idea because usually you have to take out the tablet and charge it on the bottom, but that is of course also possible. So we have here on the side nothing on the back, and then we have on this side the standard USB port, which is of course quite nice for USB sticks with PowerPoint presentation and anything on there. And then we have on this side a standard SD card reader, so you can even use two 32 gig SD card readers, 32 gig SD cards here for extending the 32 gigs that are inside, so almost up to 100 gigs here available. And then we have a standard 3.5mm headphone port, which is actually not inside the box, so there's no headphone inside the box. Microphone, camera here actually, and a nice plastic bag, which is good because it's robust, and it's available in different colors, for example red, blue, and you have the white one right here. And then the speaker is only available on this side actually. On the bottom, even not that thrilling, it's just standard plastic and nothing else but some rubber feet. You can see in the back we have the adapter here for charging the device, right next to it the one for the iPad, so you can see it's not bigger. I have a micro HDMI cable that you can see here. You can buy these for a few bucks, 5 to 10 US dollars also, and you can use that for plugging it in and giving out your standard HDMI to, for example, bigger displays that you can see in the back. I have 3 Dell displays, and these ones don't have HDMI, so I cannot show it off to you right now, but yeah, this is how it works. You can just plug it into a computer or your TV, and then you can watch any movie that you recorded or you have on your internal memory, or even only on a USB stick. That's the great thing about this device, the USB connector. So once you open it up, you will see that we have the nice 10.1 inch form factor. I also have the TF101, which was the last one. We will compare those and an Ultrabook and the iPad 3 in terms of size in a few minutes. But first let's see what the device itself does. We have of course a camera inside also. Turn it on the top, slide it to the right, and then we have an H right here on the bottom because there is no Wi-Fi connection. But of course I can also turn off the mobile internet. We will do that because we will watch a full HD movie, so we can just deactivate here the mobile internet, and then we should be online over Wi-Fi, I guess. There we go, we have one bar, and once we have one bar, let's just go to the browser. That's what we will probably do most of the time. I have here, for example, on Tech Focus, my German blog, here an update for Angry Birds Space coming. We don't have it installed right now, but we have a full HD movie for that here. We can just play it inside the browser with Flash. We can go full size. And yes, there we go. It plays quite nicely, full HD, no problem. Of course, full HD on a 1280 times 800 pixel resolution, not the best. And as you can see here, what I did is I turned the volume down on the keyboard, so you have no FN keys, but you have a lot of extra keys from the top. For example, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. You can turn off this area. Then we have, of course, the display brightness regulation. You can go right away to settings. You can right away to the browser from any program. You can take a snapshot. You can lock the device so the device turns off, which happened actually, I think, right now. It didn't happen, just the trailer was over. So if I hit the lock button, then it turns off right away. You have to really unlock it again. Here on the top is the on and off switch. Go to the side. Actually, you can go here to the camera also, but I just want to unlock it right now. And then you can see, actually, as I said, browsing works quite beautifully. It's really fast. It's sharp on the letters, so you don't have any disadvantage over the iPad 3. You have the advantage though because with the extra battery here inside this case. You can see here actually, and I go a little bit closer, that we have right now 98% charging on the dock actually and 93% in the tablet, and the dock is of course charging the tablet itself. We have a few other options like echo modus, performance, even higher performance, display rotation, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, mute, sync, GPS, flight mode, and this is actually tethering. Tethering is right away here on the front screen, so that's quite great. If you want to just use this device for tethering, just keep it in your bag, and then you can use your Ultrabook also with the 3G connection that's inside here. Let's go to Angry Birds and see how that looks like. With the Tegra 3 that's here actually inside with 1 gig of RAM, and it takes of course a little bit to load, not too long. I already did the first level in the German video. Let's now do the second here in this one. You can see no hiccups, everything works quite fine. You can zoom in and out, but actually I can show you that a little bit nicer in the data manager. Because we have the micro SD card inside, and you can see here we have a few pictures, 60 megapixel with a Nikon D3 5100, and while I'm zooming there's already the next picture, and you can zoom in and out there too, so that's quite beautiful. You can zoom inside. Okay, that's not the sharpest picture, but you can really see all the details, and as I said, no hiccups at all. Now the next video here, the next thing here is a full HD AVI video. I can just play it here from the Google Video Player right away. That's our Tech Focus intro. Not too long, but I also have a full HD video here, Pirates of the Caribbean, End of the World, 2007. Works without a problem, no hiccups, and you can give that out, of course, as I said, over HDMI, so that is actually perfect. I have a back button actually here, so that's also quite nice. And I should have a 720p video, or just music here, but I will actually rather play just music here from the data manager. Go back actually, micro SD test, and I have an MP4 here, Google Video Player. Actually I didn't want to play the video, I wanted to play a regular MP3. Turn up the volume, maximum volume sounds like this. It's not too loud, but loud enough for watching any movie, or watching maybe in the train something for a short time, but otherwise I also heard louder speakers on smartphones than on this tablet, but it's enough. Then what else do you want to do with this device? Maybe work in Excel sheets. So you can see here I have some work to do. I can just go here to edit, select something here. For example, I want to edit this text area, delete it and write there anything I want. Hit enter, and then it should be there. You can see it works quite nicely. I can just go out again. I don't want to save. It's in German right now, but I mean you understand what I'm doing. Then we have a 50 megabyte PDF, Polaris Office 3.0. It already saved where I left off the last time, and you can see it works quite nice. This is a little bit slow, but not so slow that you won't be able to use it. You can still see it works quite nice. You can just zoom in. You can of course flip the screen also, and then you can read it the other way around. but not when it's inside the dock. So let's take it outside of the dock. We already seen the dock before. So you can see it flips over right away once we are not using the dock, and then you can even read PDFs better here on this Full HD, or not Full HD, HD ready screen. So let's go out again, we flip it again, so my camera sees it, or you guys see a little bit more. And then what do we else have here? For example, of course, again, Dock X works also with dock, not the fastest either, but you can still go to edit, hit some space here where you can actually see what's happening, for example here, and then you can delete the stuff, and now you can actually see here also the keyboard, which is quite nice. And it also gives you a little bit of help here on the top, but of course it's a little bit better usable, for example Skyping here when you use it this way around. So this is quite beautiful, nice, and works perfectly. As also, let's not save my schoolwork here again, and then we don't have anything else here, but let's go to the camera. We have on the back and on the front the camera, as I was able to show you, and now you can see here my macro modus doesn't work the best, it's not focusing, but on the back it looks quite nice, and actually the colors are not perfect. You can see here the red from my Endeavor is not as perfect as with this camera, but it's enough for some snapshots, and especially if you turn the camera around, you can see the colors are really bright, vibrant, and hello here actually. You can use it perfectly for Skyping, showing your grandparents can show you the cake they made or something like that will happen. And on the bottom here the items will of course fade away. We are still in the Wi-Fi, but there's actually nothing else to show except for how does it look like compared to the old one. But let's first start with the iPad 3. So we have the iPad 3 right here. I have some protection over it, but still you can see that the Asus is quite slim and light and thin. In terms of size, the iPad is a little bit smaller, but it has a 4:3 resolution, 4:3 screen, not 16:9. So let's just put the iPad to the side here. Then I have the TF101. Let's put this to the bottom, and you can see here the difference in thickness. Let me actually put it the right way around. So you can see actually TF300 is slimmer and not that wide, as you can see here. And then I of course also have an Ultrabook, as I said, which is not fair comparing it just like this, because the Ultrabook of course has a keyboard also. So let's just use here the dock again, put the dock inside. What's quite nice about the dock is you just have to do this, press it in, and it's right away inside and it won't fall out. And it's of course charging right away. So you can see here, in terms of thickness, the TF300TG is quite nice, especially compared to an Ultrabook, and especially since it has a SIM card right away inside. So there's not much else to show here. This was the Asus TF300TG, not Ultrabook. This is a Transformer pad actually here by Asus, available for $500 to $600 with 32 gigs that you can extend up to almost 196 gigabytes are available here. Thank you much for watching Endeavor TV. Till next time, please tune in again. Please subscribe, and there will be of course more devices soon. My name is Balazs Gal, and thank you much for tuning in.